the best advice I can give anybody is in everything you do, I don't care if it's a physical show, a digital challenge, an online program, or get in the front row. The reason I'm on this podcast right now is because I moved up in the front row.
For sure. Lisa been in the
And the
front
mastermind.
I always say the front row shows your level of commitment.
It does.
Yeah.
So don't just get into challenges or get into coaching programs or go to the shows. Get up to the front row, make an impression.
But let me tell you something. That in and of itself is not the thing. What you're looking at is mastery.
Absolutely.
From both, like Marl is a master of real estate.
Yeah.
Lisa has mastered what she does. So you don't get here just by being front row. Because somebody gonna hear that and jump your little
I told you, they ready to get up.
butt up to the front.
Be right here.
And you're gonna be, hey, I'm in the front row. Let me be on the podcast. It don't work like that.
Secret to Success podcast, baby.
What's going on, world? Welcome to another edition of the Secret to Success podcast. I'm your host, CJ, joined as always by the Bayesian sensation, Mr. Carl Wesley Phillips.
What it do?
Dr. King in the building. Dr. King, what's going on?
Hey, brother, I just trying to help my people, man. That's all I be trying to do,
As you
bro.
always are. Hey, we got Douglas in the building as well.
What's up?
Let's get all of that out the way, because as y'all can see, we have a super duper special guest in the
Superstar.
building.
Come on.
Star.
The one, the only.
Come on.
Miss Lisa Smith is in the building. Lisa, welcome. Come on, man. This is her first time on the pod. I think her and E might have done a Patreon together.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That was dope. If you got a chance to check that out on
We
Patreon.
already blessed the building.
Yeah. But
You know what I'm saying?
It's already done.
let me tell you something. She been hustling, she been grinding, and she made her way to the main pod.
Yeah.
So,
And
man.
don't think you can just because she did.
Oh, I
No, I'm
promise
just
you.
being real. People be like, "Oh, E, I see you. I had a guest. I want to get on. I know you do."
Yeah, no.
Not
for
too many
sure.
people are sat in that seat. That's for sure.
I'm so grateful. Thank God for it.
Careful, because she coming for that one.
Hey, listen. Hey, E. Told you. E. I was about to put my disclaimer out here. I gladly give it away. This seat, brother. I got some other seats that fit in.
Oh, we talked about that the last episode.
I got some other seats. If you, hey. Well, he wasn't.
Diversified.
He wasn't paying attention. But the one thing that I didn't get out was that my streams now got streams.
Uh-oh.
Come on.
Uh-oh.
And let me tell you something.
Uh-oh.
This seat right here ain't one of them streams. This is what you call a little puddle.
That's right.
So, okay, bro, do your thing.
Come on, Steve.
All right.
Matter of fact, Doc, I think it's time for the 9 to 5 millionaire podcast. What you think? E?
Hey,
Come on.
hey,
Ooh.
hey.
I think it's time for that 9 to 5
Hey,
millionaire
I tell you,
podcast.
hey.
It would only elevate us as a crew.
Ah.
It would only elevate us. Yeah. Let us know.
Hey, is there anything more stressful than a surprise party, dog?
Oh.
I promise you. So we shout out to my sister-in-law, Marl and I's assistant, Cam, who turned 40. Big Bo-O.
She auntie now.
Oh, yeah, she auntie.
Yeah,
She auntie.
auntie.
Auntie, welcome. Oh, let me tell you something. It was 3 weeks, 4 weeks of pure hell. Like, bro, when you got to keep, I'm talking about, and here go the thing. Cam is the planner in our group.
Absolutely.
So she the one always on the logistics. So we trying to keep this thing from her, and I promise you. Now, I will say this. We figured out, my brother, I think accidentally figured out a cheat code. Check this. So this is just a tip that I wanted to use for all of y'all who actually want to do a surprise party. So he set it up. So Saturday was like the big party. We had people flying in from Lansing. We had people, everybody was there. It was crazy. So of course we had a month to plan this and do whatever. But my brother had, Saturday night was a surprise party. He planned a pool party for Sunday, like a scaled back version that he let her in on.
Got it.
Does that make sense?
Oh, clear.
So she was like, so it was little stuff that was slipping, but she always thought it was referring to. So
party.
if you said something about a party or just food or a cake or whatever, it wasn't throwing her. It wasn't throwing her. Because think about it. Usually you got to act like ain't nothing going on. So if somebody say the word party or something, like it was a legit
pool party.
Right. But she just thought like, oh, okay, my family, her family, a couple of her friends that always come around, or we have little house parties or whatever. And so we was able to keep that thing, and I'll maybe put the video on Patreon. But when I tell you we pulled off the most epic, when she walked in the door, everybody, she like almost like fell, like she was so shocked. And so, man, we pulled off an epic surprise party. But I did want to say, that might be a little hack right there.
Bro, it's too late. I did it now. Because people had already told Dee Dee mom we have people just walk up about your party.
Oh, yeah.
I was just like,
bro, you can't do it.
Talk about nothing else. Why you talk about this now? Like, you ain't had nothing else to say to her?
Bro.
Well, here go the cool thing. We never told her we knew that she didn't know it was a surprise. Because had we told her we knew, she would have been able to invite people.
Yeah.
And so we never told her we knew it was a surprise, so certain people wouldn't show up. It wouldn't turn into that kind of, you feel me? Because it already turned into that.
Something. Yeah.
But if she would have just been able to pick who she wanted, it would have been, you already know the deal.
Yeah. So no, it worked out well because
I needed that information.
Because you know, Cam, she like tracking people location,
bro.
No question.
Telling Train like, what you doing at Costco? He was like, I'm getting stuff for the pool party.
You know, I put it in.
She never put it together.
Bro, I put it in my calendar, which she has access to. Right. I was like, So then I just had to put Cam birthday like in there, and I was like, cause dude. She know everything.
She know everything.
Oh, God. That's what I said, bro. I was like, I told her, I gave my little speech. I'm like, do you know how hard this? You were our planner. Yeah. So. But it was a good old time, man, and
TJ told me it was like a sexting reunion.
Yeah, we had a lot of people come in from the Dubs, man. Shout out to when Lansing was in the building. It was dope, man. It was super dope, and T and Valissa came out for a little while, and we had a good time. So anyway, I just really wanted to say happy birthday, again. Love you to Cam, who keeps us all.
We good with that.
Yeah, we're good.
No, man, run out there and tell them quit cutting that grass, dog.
Here's the deal, though.
What kind of neighbors you got?
Well, they never cut grass. As soon as the podcast come on, it's like they know.
Anything.
It's like they filming. Let's go start our
next door. The devil.
I don't know who it is. It could be Mike. I don't know, but Carl saying
it sounds like Mike next door.
Carl saying it don't matter, though. So.
No, we're good.
All right.
It matter to me.
I'm still tripping on the fact that I'm an auntie.
Yeah. We did no. So last pod we went through
the ages.
So here go.
Oh.
This is 35 to 40 is 35 to 39 is big bro, big sis.
Okay.
40 to 50 is unc and auntie.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then 50 to 60 is OG. 60 to 67 is pops. 67 and up is Papa or
elder.
Yeah,
that's what I said. Well, no, he was like, no. I said, no, elder. He was like, don't nobody use elder. I said, we do use elder.
Absolutely.
Who is we? You and Lisa, the only one.
Okay. If somebody else come in and they say elder, there's going to be just the three of us?
Yeah.
Then it's 3-on-3. He told me that's just some church talk. I was like, no, we call older people elders. And I didn't even grow up in the church. And we just used to call them our elder. Yeah.
Okay. So let me, all right. So obviously we got our sister in the building. Let me set the stage for this. One, when you do you understand what a savage you got to be to get into this seat and to work your way into this, like not only our community, but to work your way into like where you are. So I want to say thank you for being here, one. And two, let me tell you something. This is a prime example of somebody who invested in themselves. So Lisa came to us as a student. She was like, yo, I'm in the mastermind. I want the highest level. I'm investing in the coaching. I'm doing the work. I'm doing this. And she literally took the blueprint and ran with it. And I've been seeing the videos go viral. I've been seeing the community grow. And now she is a leader in our community, but she also just has a wealth of information. Her specialty, I would say she has a couple of them, right?
Twofold, yeah.
Helping people go vegan is, I would say, or 30-day, just to reset. But the thing I love about Lisa, because y'all know I'm carnivore, so we couldn't be more opposite in terms of how we eat. But the thing I love about Lisa, she never judged me, y'all. You know what I'm saying? She was like, yo.
You do everybody else.
Has she ever ate a steak? Have you ever ate a steak in front of her?
I don't think so.
He would offend you.
But
Okay.
That's different.
Just dripping down his
Yeah.
mouth.
That's different.
I'm talking about.
yeah. I'm a hunter.
Hey,
I'm talking about he's straight.
no. And some of that
Raw.
is his other side because he'll do.
Yeah. No. I'm a hunter. Maul is a gatherer.
Yeah.
So
But I'm saying,
when I was out looking for the feast, he was back like
I got to say,
potatoes.
While he was out hunting.
Yeah.
I was on the throne,
As you should be.
Yeah.
as I should be.
Yeah.
While he was out, so he just told you he was a worker.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
But you a king.
Yeah.
I'm a king.
Yeah.
but
Makes sense.
I'm a king. Hence the
I'm with
JK.
him on that, but I will get mine cooked a lot.
More.
Yeah.
You're supposed to.
So
He don't-
Lisa helps people manage stress through diet, right? So that's the thing that she was on. So she was never like, you shouldn't ever eat that, because obviously we know there's different blood types, different ways people are supposed to eat. And the thing you were saying to me was just like, hey, if you feel great eating the way you eat, then by all means, don't let me. But there's people who are stressed and people who going through it that need to change, that can reduce stress, take away stress, or be more optimal in their physical health by the way they eat. And so when I was listening to her and I was seeing how you was freeing people up and getting people healthy in the whole nine, now Maul some kind of way tried to, and as soon as Lisa walked in, Maul a vegan. I go
And now
figure.
you do not tell the truth.
I don't know.
When I hear my 8
Bro-
months ago,
bro-
see,
We ate
tell us.
700 chicken wings last night, but as soon as Lisa walked in, he ain't mushroom based.
All right.
Now he
He ain't want to
Just mushrooms. He mushroom based.
I'm mostly doing mushroom based.
Mom, don't feed it. Don't feed it.
I'm not, because he got mad at me because I stopped. He got mad at me because I stopped eating steak.
Mom, but I thought we
What?
bonded over mushrooms. The oysters.
He know, guys. I got call my wife.
No, those mushroom wings were excellent. I ain't gotta call nobody. I was with you.
Oh, I thought we did something.
Don't listen to this
Listen.
man. Don't see,
entertainment.
if you're gonna be in this seat, he said it's entertainment. You gotta watch out.
It's entertainment.
You gotta watch out.
I really thought
I'm just-
soulmate.
I'm fine.
What
He knows.
He does well.
Plant-based, more mushroom based.
Dang.
I'm just.
So anyway,
Man,
he,
I love eggs, Maul, so you're going to have to show me how to
yeah,
scramble.
he got a recipe for it.
I got you. Dog.
Yeah,
Dang.
fried mushrooms.
I might come on.
So they wasn't cauliflower wings last night. That's what y'all saying?
Cauliflower.
That was cauliflower wings.
They had cousins.
But anyway,
Caesar
They had
salad.
cousins.
and several wings.
Yes, but I said for the last. Tell the truth, dog. When since the time I had surgery to just about recently when I had lost all that weight, what was I eating?
Mainly mushroom.
No, he know. Camille, tell the truth. Tell the
Okay.
truth.
Whoa,
Did
whoa.
I not go plant based? You got mad that I went plant based.
I got mad that you were skipping steaks. Yes, I did.
He not gonna tell the truth. It's all good.
No, I didn't know you was mostly plant based.
Yeah.
Yes, mostly
Not when you was with me though.
you wasn't with me. Yes, when I was with you, I was eating cauliflower. I was eating straight mushrooms.
Okay, so let's.
mayonnaise.
Oh, like when though?
When he wasn't with you.
No, I went with you right after your surgery.
Bro, you came
I'm
to
with
my.
you-
You
oh.
came to my. I had 2 surgeries, dog. I had two double hip replacements during that whole time period.
And we was eating.
Bro, we was not all right, dog.
We was on the cruise ship. We was eating.
Cruise ship. We just got off
He
the
had
cruise ship.
He had
I had surgery then. I said
Yeah.
when I had surgeries 8 months ago.
December, January.
Exactly. Bro, we just got off the cruise last month.
Yeah.
Come on, Cap. Go
Wait,
back to the interview.
you was there. Was we eating plant based when we was at?
It
Ball
wasn't
Creek?
y'all eating plant based. I was.
He was. He still prepared the food that y'all like, but he wasn't eating that. He was just eating the mushrooms.
Hey, Lisa.
Hey, see.
Hey, Lisa.
I swear.
Hey, guys.
Just want 17 like Brandy. You just want to be down. You know what I'm saying?
Not I felt
No. Mom was doing plant based. I mean, bro, you healthy, obviously, bro. Look at you. You look great, bro. Okay.
I ain't got to
Golly.
prove. You can believe what you want to believe, but you
You're
can
being
go.
sensitive.
This is the test.
And don't let it drag you into it.
Yeah,
don't
don't
do
you
it.
too
He's
slow to
you
be
know-
that sensitive.
You know he
trying to
14.
deliver people.
Yeah, but no, he
And it
14
is.
minutes in. The more you give him, he gonna take.
Oh,
he gonna
boy.
take.
All right. So, Lisa, one of the things that I said I wanted to talk about was, and I don't know a correct way to say this. I'm telling you. So this is from my experience. My friends and my wife, who are females, tend to put a lot of pressure on themselves, right? And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I don't know. But I'm telling you, like, it's crazy. Like, my wife, retired, 6-7 years ago, and she'll still be like, I just got so much, and stress can build up, right? And there's this stress reaction. And I asked you, and I was kind of like, yo, what is it about, women specifically who will take on so much, right? And like not say no and things like that, and then build up this stress, and then talk to us about like stress in general and what that stress hormone does to us. And then we'll get into like some other stuff later. But I was like, yo, Lisa, I was like, don't even answer it now. But why do you think you would take on so much? Like, oh, there's so much going on. And then you like, yes, I'll volunteer at the school, and I'll come up to the church and be a leader, and I'll do the finances for this. You know what I mean? Like,
absolutely.
What is it about that makes I won't say y'all, because maybe you don't do that, but
yeah. Oh, I've been guilty for sure. So I'll tell on myself first, and I'll tell a couple other reasons why we might overcommit or stretch ourselves too thin. So for me, as an ambitious woman, the first reason that I overcommitted was FOMO, just fear of missing out. Fear of missing out on an opportunity, fear of missing out on money. Right. And so I study as a speaker and as a coach, I study a lot of different artists. And one of the top artists I study are comedians. So what I also looked at as every time I got an opportunity to speak, even if it wasn't quite aligned with like my price point or even my audience, I know one of the things that big comedians do before they go on these big tours and stadium tours is they work the smaller circuits first with their material.
For sure.
So as I was growing as an ambitious speaker and really wanting to dominate my industry in the health space, I wanted as many reps as I could get, right? So I heard stories of like Kevin Hart and Dave Chappelle popping up on the tiny comedy clubs that they came up in to study and to test their material before they got into the stadium. So for me, I would take on a lot of opportunities that came my way, even if they weren't paying, even if they weren't quite my niche, just so I can get my reps in. So fear of missing out on opportunity, fear of missing out on getting extra reps so I could dominate. So FOMO was one reason for my overcommitment.
So can we talk about that though? So what parts of it did you go, yep, I need to get reps, but this might have been too much? Like, or you felt like, nope, it wasn't never too much. Or it was like, this wasn't aligned, so maybe I shouldn't have done it. So people who are listening and doing that can go, yep, I do need to get my reps. There's nothing wrong with that. But this is probably when I'm overdoing it.
It was before I developed self-awareness through the flight assessment. So the flight assessment taught me I was an introvert. So I couldn't understand while I was doing all of this work, why I would be so exhausted afterwards, why I would be so tired, why I would be so, because I thought exhaustion was just physical, but it was creative and emotional burnout as well. So when I discovered who I was and understood that I needed to arrange my schedule in a way that gave me time to recover, then I was like, okay, I now have to be more strategic about what I take on, what I say yes to. So FOMO was my first reason for overcommitment. My second, though, was I didn't know the difference between time management and task management. So time management is what happens after you've committed to something. So I've said, yes, I'll volunteer. Yes, I'll speak here. Yes, I'll teach this. Yes, I'll do that. And that now time management, because now I got to make it all happen. All the commitments I made, I now have to keep up with those commitments, be there and deliver with excellence. Task management happens before you give the yes. So somebody asks you, can you do something? Somebody offers you an opportunity. You then have to evaluate not just the time, but your energy and creative capacity. So task management happens before we give the commitment. And now that I understand the difference between time management and task management, then I was able to organize my life better and protect my energy more.
So talk to, what is stress? Like at its bare, bones, like what, we know what stress is, like, oh, I feel stressed, but like what is stress? Like what is our brain telling us when we're stressed?
It's a response to a threat. So stress means we perceive a threat in our environment. For historically, it's been a physical threat. In modern day, though, it's emotional and circumstantial threats. So what happens is when we perceive a threat, if we feel like financially we're close to ruin, if we feel like our career is killing us and we're not fulfilled, if we're in a relationship that's taxing us, the perception of that circumstances causes our cortisol levels to elevate, adrenaline levels to elevate, and that's good in the short term because it's a response that tells us, I need to flee, right? I need to get out of this circumstance. There's a threat looming. However, When we're in a long-term relationship or a long-term career, or we're battling long-term health challenges, and those levels of cortisol and adrenaline are elevated over months and years, now this is where we see life expectancy go down. So chronic stress can shorten our lives by 3 to 5 years just because.
So you have acute and chronic.
100%.
And acute would be considered, how long are we talking with that? Like, are you talking like a day, a week? Like, what would be considered
Typically,
acute?
chronic starts at about 3 months.
Okay.
Right, so 3 months or longer. So if we're looking at chronic disease or chronic stress, it's typically on average 3 months or longer.
So if you've been stressed for 3 months straight, you got chronic stress.
Not necessarily, though, because some stress is meaningful and purposeful. So I'm writing a book right now. It's taking longer than 3 months. But because it's tied to meaning, it has a definite end date, and it's tied to purpose, it's manageable and it's acute. So you could be planning a wedding or like the surprise party you were talking about, right? That can be acute stress. And because there's a reward at the end, it's meaningful stress. Because we actually need a little bit of stress in our lives. Just like we need a little bit of inflammation. But chronic stress is when we don't have an exit strategy, when we're perceiving our environment as something that we can't get out of and we just have to deal with. And that lowers our vibrational frequency, takes a toll on our physical and mental health, and then our relationships around us. So chronic stress kills. The number one thing I want listeners to understand is that even though stress is a natural part of life, all stress is not created equal. And if you don't do the work to stop managing things that are supposed to be eliminated, you will shorten your own life expectancy and disintegrate your own health and those around you.
What do you mean by that? That's a good, I mean, I like what you said, but give us an example when you said instead of managing, it needs to be eliminated.
Oh, let's talk about it. So one of my pet peeves in health is that we have been taught to manage diseases that can clearly be put in remission. So we're looking at things like obesity, type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol. And so when we look at those conditions, people are living 10, 15, 20 years when they're reversible. Same thing with stress. There's no reason to manage stress when you can simply eliminate it. So what happens is we look at things like career stress, which is one of the top causes of stress for a lot of people, relational stress, health stress. And we look at our circumstances and we just decide that we have to deal with it because life is supposed to be hard. When the truth of the matter is your relief from stress is on the other side of a difficult conversation or a tough decision.
That's why I don't be stressed like that. I just talked about that when I was like, yo, that's why I be having them conversations.
Yes.
Because I don't want it lingering.
Yeah.
I don't like to linger. That's the stress,
That's
bro.
it.
That
That's
gray
the stress.
area, I always tell Maul, like, I always tell Maul, you know, in a situation where, like, I told you, like a grizzly bear running here, I'm gonna be the first one to die because the stress is sitting in the corner wondering if he gonna eat me. And I'm not saying I'm tough. I just don't like that stress because that I can feel that jump in my stomach. I can feel it on my brain, and I'm like, yo, I don't like this feeling. So I'll rather have the conversation right now. Let's get it over with. Let's whatever we're gonna fight, we're gonna argue. Let's do it now, so I can. Because I promise you, tomorrow I'm gonna feel better.
Yep.
But when you leave it out there to just 8 months go by, a year go by. I was telling them, one of my friends was telling me they needed to have a conversation with a parent. I'm like, how long you needed to have this conversation? It was like 7 years. I said, what?
Why? Though, Lisa, why do we do that? Like,
because it's not the circumstance, it's the perception.
Okay.
Right. So stress is a perceived threat. So you're not the only one at your job that hate it. But you could be the only one that's stressed out about it because your perception of leaving is what scares you. It's not the work that's stressful. It's the fact that if I leave here, maybe I can't find something else, or I'm not good enough to start my own business. Or if I leave this marriage or address the issues in this marriage, I might end up alone. So it's the threat of loneliness that scares us. It's the threat of hardship or failing in business that scares us. So we have to understand the circumstance itself is not stressful. It's the perception.
But is there not a world where the addressing of it could be worse?
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? It's like,
absolutely.
you know, you had that conversation, then you get divorced, and you're like, man, I might should have just stayed in the basic little marriage.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
We already talked about it. That gray area is the worst area in the world, and so I don't think it's the truth. I think when you get divorced, now you're in a place to say, if I get in another relationship, what do I need to do differently? or maybe I'm not healthy enough to be in a relationship. I need to make the adjustment. So I'm just saying, I don't think any of us in this room has ever really addressed something and it was worse when we addressed it.
But don't some people find comfort in the gray area?
Yeah, but I still think they stress.
To them, are they stressed or is that
no,
their
they
comfort?
are. I never
Or is
met
their
nobody.
stress?
This comfort is just familiar.
Right.
Yeah.
So do they find comfort in familiarity?
But I don't think, Maul, because you're looking at somebody, first of all, as a pastor and as a leader, I know people who were there that end up getting depressed.
Yeah.
Right? So I don't know anybody that's comfortable that is happy. So don't make comfortable happy. Just because somebody settles, they're not walking around like, oh, this is blissful. This is what we want. So there's still some anxiety. There's still some discomfort. They're not happy. So that part, that emotionally, they're not well. So they might be masking the emotion or they're not saying anything about it. Some people go to depression. Some people don't say nothing, but there's still an inward death that's happening. Just because it's not an outward death, there's an inward death
Something
that's
eating at
happening.
them every
I
day.
just don't think there's no purgatory.
I'm saying even from the person on that side of the whole thing, and I've never processed it like that, but I'll say this. Every time I've had the conversation, there's been some kind of relief.
Absolutely.
Like there's less pressure on you. So even though I don't feel it, there's pressure on me by holding it in. I know that when I do have it, I feel this sense of, So that's evidence, Maul, that, yeah, there is something holding you and there's something inner-wise dying. There's something wrong.
I'm just saying, when I go to my dentist, she say, how do your teeth feel? I feel great. But the tolerance of pain hurts me more because if I have a cavity, I don't know that I have it. That don't mean I'm good because I don't feel it.
Yeah.
It just means I have a high tolerance to pain, but they still like, oh, something wrong. We need to fix that.
Well,
So
I think that there's also the saying, the devil you know.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so it's like, what could be on the other side could be even scarier than at least I know this devil. You know what I'm saying? Like I done
But
been,
that's
you
still
know.
a lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's still a lie, though, yeah.
No, it is absolutely. So I guess to me, when you're talking about the eliminate, because I really want to help people identify when you say the elimination of stress, right? And we need acute stress. So I'm trying to put the puzzle together of like, when is a little bit of stress good? Like you said, I'm writing a book, or I want to build this business, or I got this, acute stress that's kind of pushing me and almost like using it as adrenaline almost, as opposed to it turns into this chronic stress that we need to get rid of completely. How are we identifying the two? And then what's the process of being like, okay, let me identify and eliminate the ones that need to be eliminated while still keeping a little bit because you don't want to just be at the crib just.
Nah, you need a little
You're
stress.
like, nah, ain't nobody stressed. You just smoked a little joint. You just like, hey, don't worry.
Now I got the money.
Be happy. You know what I'm saying?
Economically, it's killing me.
I'm
Nah.
just saying that might not work either, right?
Yeah.
So how do we identify which we need to throw away and eliminate and when we need to keep a little bit?
When it stops being about the circumstance and it starts being about your feelings about the circumstance, right?
Okay,
so
slow
right
down.
now,
'Cause I went to public school.
yeah, okay, my bad.
Okay, go ahead. Slow us down.
Okay. So when all of your thoughts and worries and angst around your situation is focused on how you feel about how you'll be perceived or what other people will think or the fear of failure. When everything becomes about emotion, that's when it's chronic. When it stops being about the circumstance. So the stress of the book or the stress of a surprise party or the stress of like a big appliance breaking down, right? It still could be acute stress. But we just got to focus on getting this fixed, or we just got to focus on getting this party and getting this out of the way, or getting through this wedding, or getting through this book launch. But then when your thoughts start going to, I can't move forward because I'm worried about how people are going to see me, or I'm worried about failure. I'm worried about not having enough of something, time, money, whatever, right? So when it stops being about the circumstance and it starts being about your feelings about the circumstance, that's when it becomes prolonged, because if you don't have that emotional intelligence and that emotional regulation, then it's going to linger longer than it's supposed to. When it stopped being about, I'm unfulfilled at this job, and more about, I'm too scared to leave because I don't think I'm good enough to do anything else. That's when it runs the risk of turning into chronic stress.
And then when we have chronic stress, like, does it build like compound interest almost? Like, so for instance, like if I have chronic stress, am I more likely to keep piling on that chronic stress? You know what I mean? Like, is that how it works, or?
100%. 100%. So it depends. Most of us have unhealthy coping mechanisms. So you have a trigger And then you have a coping mechanism. For some people, it's food. For some people, it's isolation. For some people, it's shutting down.
Alcohol, drugs.
Absolute substances, 100%. And so what happens is you go into the cycle of trigger, unhealthy coping mechanism, guilt or shame associated with how you're coping, and that piles on more stress. And then if you're only listening to the thoughts in your head about your situation, and that also adds to the narrative because you begin to expound it and tell your stuff and your story grows legs and you run with it.
Yeah.
And so you don't have a healthy ecosystem. You're not seeking wise counsel. You don't have a healthy relationship with God, and you're just using your perception of the world to make decisions. And so it's those coping mechanisms that cause the compounding factor of it.
And you know, the interesting thing is I'm thinking about it and just thinking through like things that'll give you chronic stress. Like, you know, like how are we dealing with that when it's like you may have like we had a member in our member who had a parent who was ill and like almost like hospice for like a year type situation, or like, you know what I mean? Like when there's that stress of that, like how are we managing those things that you say are tied to an event, but this event just lasts in a long time?
100%. Okay. So to eliminate chronic stress, you typically need one or a combination of three things. The first is possibly an exit strategy. So that's for something that you want out of your life, you want to get rid of. So we need a proper exit strategy to leave this job or get out of this relationship or get out of this debt. Okay. So circumstance might call for that. Or a circumstance might cause for enter strategy. So an enter strategy is a process or a step for getting into what you want to get into. Like I really want to get into entrepreneurship, or I really want to get into fitness or optimal health or financial freedom. Okay, because exiting from debt is not the same as entering to financial freedom. Two different strategies. So you need an exit strategy from the undesirable circumstance. You need an enter strategy into the desirable circumstance. But to your example, I have a sick loved one, or I'm a caregiver, and that's going to be a long-term thing. The third thing is an engagement strategy. So an engagement strategy means I'm in a circumstance that I can't necessarily exit from. I'm not trying to enter into anything else, but I need a strategy that puts me into an ecosystem. Engagement strategy means I have found a community. So I'm a caregiver, or I just lost a kid unexpectedly, right? Or I'm dealing with someone in hospice. Okay, now I need to tap into an ecosystem, a community of individuals who have similar circumstances, who have resources that they can lend me, who can help me see my situation from a different perspective. So exiting chronic stress is going to be a combination of exit strategy, enter strategy, or engagement strategy.
Exit, enter, engage. Good. That's the formula. That's fantastic.
Hey fam, you heard us talk about anchors, margin for error, and why so many people are drifting without stability in their money, marriage, health, and fame. Join us September 20th, the Anchor Conference, Atlanta, Georgia, as we go even deeper into what it truly means to be anchored. Get your tickets today and experience it for yourself, because without anchors, you drift.
It's my time. It's my turn.
Next level will change your life.
Everything is here.
It's a dream come true.
Blown away.
It's a must-see.
What's up, London? We on the way, y'all. Look, y'all ain't gotta come to us.
It's your girl, Hayley Melinda, and I'm bringing the big boys. Jeremy Anderson, Eric Thomas, the #1 motivational speaker in the world, Jamal King. Listen, I don't need to chat too much. We even got CJ coming, man. Listen, we're gonna show up and show out.
We'll see y'all in a few. Let's go.
Now I want to go to the other side of, you know, some people know what their triggers are. Some people know. What about the people who are like, yo, I'm stressed. I can't even identify it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to be real. It's been times where I felt like I had anxiety, or I was like tripping. Like, I don't know if it was stress or anxiety or whatever. Maybe stress was the right word. And I couldn't fully identify it. Like, there wasn't anything going on in the moment. Like, I didn't just have a fight or nobody was sick. It was just like, maybe I was just doing too much in general, and I just felt like a stress. And I'm like, ooh, why do I feel that? It's like a wave, but I couldn't put my finger on it.
Yeah.
What are the strategies for exiting when you're not even sure where you at?
Yeah, be still. Yep. Just stop and be still for a second. So we want to habituate taking time every day to be in silence and be still. So we talk to God, we pray, but we also need to have time to listen and receive those divine downloads. So stop and get more into your body in the present moment. So one of the practices I do is definitely meditation every single day, right?
Okay.
Following my prayer.
What does that look like, honestly? Like, because I think people hear that and they're just like, oh, meditation. And I get up and I'll be like 3 minutes, like, all right. Brain blank.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Oh,
Thank
listen.
God.
Listen,
Yes.
I get up like, man, I'll get my Bible app, cool. And I'll be like, all right. And I'll be like, all right.
Isn't working out a form of meditation?
Is it working out?
Working out. Could that be a form of meditation?
Because all meditation is not like laying down with your legs crossed. You could do walking meditation, driving meditation.
Right.
It's one of my best places to lock in the gym.
Yeah, treadmill.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. So mindfulness-based stress reduction is what it's called, right? And so
mindfulness-based stress?
mindfulness.
Okay, sorry, I missed the part. Yeah,
Okay,
make sure I got the terminology.
You said mushroom based still. You stuck on that.
No, that was
Yeah. But I'm saying when she was trying to explain it, you couldn't
shoot. Not get him.
Yeah.
Not get him.
No, I'm saying you could listen.
No,
Listen, dog, when you got God on your side, I ain't got to get nobody. God be getting them first. I ain't got to get nobody. I'm on the throne right now.
Go back.
I
I'm on the throne.
Yeah.
Should probably talk about mushroom-based stress reduction because what you eat plays a huge role in the hyperactivity.
Yeah, that's why I'm always some stress. He ain't had no mushrooms. He just talking about. We're just talking about mushroom based.
Oh,
is that also relief?
That's a form of meditation.
Yes,
It's a form of meditation.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
But
And it's tofu. Also, you just got to say it tastes like sponge.
Oh,
see, don't be rude.
no, I'm sorry.
It tastes like sponge.
I thought I was talking to a non-vegan, but apparently
a safe space.
he would be offended.
It wasn't a safe space.
If you see
I
what
just
I'm
told
saying.
him about how I eat tofu and everything. He's like, oh, it tastes like sponge. I can't do that. But go ahead.
The judgment.
Yes, the judgment.
Fern. You should have told him about the fern.
Okay.
Extra firm.
Yeah, you should have
Back
got
to
it.
Lisa.
Yeah.
See, this back to Lisa. Mushroom-based stress reduction.
Mushroom-based stress reduction. This is how it works.
Mindfulness.
All
Now,
right.
what does your routine look like? Walk us through because you
100%.
always just walk in the command, and I appreciate that about you. It's like you know how to have fun, you know how to laugh, you know how to take yourself serious and not serious. Like so, it looks like you walking in the teachings. That's what I appreciate because a lot of people get out here and talk, and you look, and you're like, oh, they're not really healthy like that, but you look healthy. So, what is your routine?
Thank you. And I walk in it every day. You gotta operate out of integrity if you're gonna be a coach for other people. So every day, my morning routine is one of the most powerful tools I have in my toolbox to keep stress at bay. 100%. So it absolutely starts with prayer, mindfulness, meaning I do visualization and meditation at the same time. So just I visualize this. Right. This is not a surprise to me. Right. So I saw this long before it happened. And so I visualize every outcome that I want. So that includes anything that's potentially causing stress. I see the book being finished. I see the book launch. I see all of the things and the transformations that happens as a result of it. So seeing the future, as Mal always talks about. Right. And so activating that vision every single day. So seeing yourself being stress-free, seeing yourself being healthy, seeing yourself being financially abundant and not overwhelmed, seeing yourself walking into a job where you're doing work that's meaningful and fulfilling. And so taking that time every morning, it can be 3 minutes, it could be 10, 15, 20. It doesn't have to be laying down or in a dark room. You can do driving meditation. But when are you silent? When are you taking time to just get those divine downloads that's telling you your next move? When so many of us deal with uncertainty and not trusting our own decisions and not knowing how to move. And so that paralyzes us. But we're just not taking enough time to be still because we have 101 things going at once. So I start every day with prayer, meditation, exercise, movement every single day. That's also a way to lock in and better understand your thoughts in your mind. And then my warm lemon water every morning, my journaling, I write the vision every single day. Coach told us one day in the mastermind, like, are you writing what you want every day? So I write the same 7 sentences every day. It looks like the Simpsons chalkboard inside of my Remarkable every day, right?
Is it private or can you share it?
What you want to know?
What the 7 sentences say?
So
Don't feel, or maybe share one sentence.
Or the concept of the
just
sentence.
curious as to what you write.
Right. Okay. So one thing is I talk about how I operate in business. So I say, the purpose of business is to be in service to God and people. Money is a byproduct, and money becomes a better byproduct when you put your clients' needs over your own needs. So I write that every day to remind me how to operate in integrity in business, keep God first, keep my assignment first, and to operate in radical obedience. Right. So I write that, and I write, about how we're going to build our community clarity, right? Focused on eliminating chronic stress. And I talk about how I'm going to do it with a team of 5 or less. We're going to get up to this amount every single month, and we're going to do it by June of 2026. Right. So I'm very particular and very specific about what the vision is for every area of my life. I do it for my health. I have a sentence that I write about for the health of my father. I write a sentence about my own family aspirations every single day. Right. So I write the vision every single day. And then, of course, my plants. I'm plant-based. We cannot underestimate the power of food when it comes to navigating stress and overwhelm. So many of us are consuming things that causes hyperactivity in our minds. The refined sugar, the food dyes, the saturated fat, the cholesterol, all of that impedes our ability to think clearly. So many of us are operating with brain fog and trying to make major life decisions, and we just don't have the mental clarity to do it. So the way I eat every day plays a major role in my ability to navigate life, to process situations, and to make good decisions.
So individuals who are stressed, you do the 30-day challenge that you're doing, for instance. You're helping individuals reset using food, right?
Yes.
And so you just gave us a couple of examples, but what are we doing in those 30 days, and what is that doing for our brain? Like, what's the outcome that people see when they do, just even if they're not going, pure vegan for the rest of their life, but if they need to do a reset of some junk that they got, what does that process look like, and how are you helping them do that?
Oh man, it's magical. So twice a year we do a 30-day vegan, no salt, no oil, and no sugar challenge. It's a huge undertaking. So we're removing meat, eggs, dairy, seafood, salt, oil, and sugar from your regimen for 30 days. It's one of the most intimidating practices that people do, and I love it. I pilot right through it, right? Because people need to understand.
You can't no salt.
No, not for these 30 days. Oh, yeah. And look, I do the challenge with our students because I'm already vegan. That's the easy part. I already don't eat sugar. That's the easy part. But the salt is a challenge for me, too. Right?
Hey.
Yeah.
They don't have a vegan salt? They usually
No,
do
we
have
don't
vegan.
take out salt now because it's not vegan. So salt, oil, and sugar are all vegan, and we still take them out.
Oh, that's
It's
on
not about
another
being
level.
vegan.
Okay.
It's a whole other level. Yeah, even people who are animal eaters should be watching how much oil, sugar, and salt they consume. But salt, oil, and sugar, we call it S2S, are all vegan, but they're also all inflammatory in excess, right?
So when you say, people always say like you got inflammation.
Yeah.
When I think inflammation, you think of like your joints and stuff like that. But like, what is it doing to our brain
At the root of all disease is inflammation. It's the start of all disease, which is a good thing when it's acute, because it's a signal to us of what needs to be addressed. But chronic inflammation is where we see lifestyle disease and premature death come into play. And so our regimen for the 30-day challenge is an anti-inflammatory regimen. And so salt, oil, and sugar plus excess amount of animal products clogs the arteries, especially the arteries that lead to the brain. And so if our brain isn't getting the nutrients and the sustenance it needs, that compromises our ability to think clearly. It compromises recall. It compromises concentration and creativity. So we clear out all the channels for 30 days. And when I tell you, usually see about the second week in, people are coming to class. They no longer asking me questions about how to get protein and nutrients. They're like, I don't know what to do with this divine download that God just gave me and I'm like, you're welcome.
It's kind of like a fast.
Yeah, the new problem is I have so much clarity now. Like people come in and I finally made a decision about my marriage. I finally know what to do for this business.
Which is terrible. No, I'm not in a bad way, but I'm just saying, like, that's the part that, when you were talking about before, it's like, why do I need to have a hard conversation? Because actually the hard conversation is the answer to what you've been praying.
That's it.
You feel me? So to your point, when Daniel was like, yo, King, I feel you on this diet y'all giving me, but like, yo, give me and the 3 Hebrew boys 10 days on this. Let us do, and it's that diet pretty much for the most part. in modern time, and he was like, yo, just do me a favor. Just see in 10 days, like, are they smarter than us or are we smarter than them?
Yes.
You feel what I'm saying? And so it's like, all right, the king was like, okay, we'll take the meat out, all of the pastries and all that. And in 10 days, it was like Daniel and the 3 Hebrew boys was running the whole nation.
It's next
but
level.
to your point, it's that clarity that even the king didn't know he needed, was like, oh, okay, cool, this is how we doing it. But if y'all doing it that way, okay, let's see. And it was like, whoa, these boys. And so that's why I say, you really do need to pray, because it's like when you stop drinking and you stop smoking and you stop eating a certain way. Like, I remember fasting for 14 days with no nothing.
Yeah.
And man, when you get to like that 5th, 6th day, it's literally celestial. It's like you're really spiritual because you don't have nothing in your system. Like, so it's no food or anything that's guiding you. It's like you're really living off the spirit. And it's hard, but it's scary when you get there, because it's like you can't even really talk to the average person. You can't talk to the average human because they're not on that. It's a different vibration.
Yeah, like my creativity is crazy. Like Lisa, how you live on YouTube every week and you got new content. Every time you speak, new content. How you develop so many curriculums for the program, writing a book. It's just like I'm flooded. Like God is trusting me with it. And it's just because I'm clear.
Neo.
I'm super clear. And it's the best feeling ever. It's the best feeling ever. And so I just want to introduce people, even if for 30 days, to the best version of themselves. Most of us have never been introduced to the best version of ourselves. And it's sad because we don't know what we're capable of. And so we minimize what we can do and what's possible for us. And so we stay in a state of chronic stress.
So when you sound like you ready to go,
no,
14.
I'm going to be honest.
You know what I'm saying?
Mushroom based.
Yeah, come on.
And I'm going to keep it 1,000. I did it through my 30s. And it's hard.
It's hard.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not even saying what you think. Like, it's hard. I mean, you're alone. Like, I'm talking about dealing with other humans. Like, it just, you'd have to have somebody else to do it with you. I'm not saying you have to, but I'm saying it's better when you, it's tough.
Carl.
No. People don't want to.
Mushroom base with more.
With more. Hey,
I'm going to
people don't want to deal with it, Lisa, but it is not as hard as you think to get what God has for you, but who you have to become. And man, it's like you got a friendship base. It's like, no, you lose friends. Maul ain't saying it, but like when you start doing real estate at the level you're supposed to do it at, you start making money at the level, it really isolates you.
Yeah,
it really turns you against, family and friends. I don't care what it is. If it's personal development, I'm talking to my mom yesterday and it's like, yo, we got to go back. And my mom may not be comfortable going all the way back.
That's it.
Because for her, she said it. Because I was like, our issue was, hey, God has blessed us, but we went past some stuff. And my mom was like, yo, the way I cope is once we good, I don't want to go back and deal with none of the stuff that we dealt with. Because now I got to go back and feel that pain again.
Yeah.
I got to go back and address it. And I was like, yo, I feel you. But that means where we are is always in jeopardy. It's always in jeopardy. So no matter how good it is, if we don't deal with the cracks, we can go back to that. So that's why I like how you dealing with it, because it's like, yo, we got to get to the root of it. And that's what we're talking about right now. And listen to me, Lisa, this is crazy. When my wife was like, we got to have serious conversation. It seems so easy, but I promise you, 95.9% of people, even who call themselves Christians, don't want to have hard conversations.
Nope.
Like, we're not doing it on purpose. No. It's not that we can't do it. It's that we're intentionally not doing it because we don't want to do the work that it requires to have those, because we ain't about to just have no conversation. Now it's the work that needs to be done. But when my mom left last night, she was like, thank you for calling me over. And thank you for the conversation. And it's like, we got some work to do. But thank you that we talked about that because now the relationship. So what you're talking about is
to
great.
CJ's point, and we talked about this the last podcast. that you got to be careful who you doing this with.
No question.
Because that could backfire with a quickness. Like that could turn into somebody ain't ready and they're defensive, bro. That could get ugly quick. So I'm just saying for people, know who, like it's back to the mutual relationships we talk about. I don't feel like I have that issue anybody in this room. Like I'm getting to the point now where we gotta talk about this before. Again, y'all know me before. I didn't have that. Now I'm seeing it. Like, bro, anything I said, we gonna leave better than where we were before.
That's it. And that's why, like, I remember, Coach, you saying one time, like, your biggest regret was not bringing more people with you as you started to grow. So now my mom's plant-based. We have a whole plant-based Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
She's
Nice.
clear.
Nice.
Right? My whole ecosystem, I started a plant-based certification, and my whole team is fully plant-based.
And now you got Maul.
Yeah, and now I got Maul. Come on now.
Oh, but you want to hear about my clarity?
Yes.
When I went plant-based, that's when I started really seeing this dude. This is what, oh my God.
You gotta start eating chicken again. You gotta start eating chicken again, Paul.
The mushrooms.
The mushrooms brought the clarity.
It's really must have been magic mushrooms. You was hallucinating.
This is why I don't.
Them type of mushrooms.
He had me eating all that steak and all them chicken wings because he wanted to keep me cloudy.
Yes.
He didn't want me to see who I really was.
Yeah.
On the throne. On the throne.
On the throne.
And see who he
He out
was.
there hunting.
Yeah.
He's trying to get me together. No, I'm on the throne, dog. My last name King.
That's how they do you. Like,
Yeah,
take
they
a hit of
do.
this. You ain't gonna have a drink with me?
That's it.
I was once blind, but now I see.
Yeah.
Amazing grace.
This podcast has been sponsored by oyster
I
mushrooms.
just
Yes.
want to let y'all know, every time I eat with Maul from now on, I'm going live. And we're going to see what he ordered. And we're just going to tell the truth and shame the devil.
Let's go.
So, you know,
Oh, Patreon.
look, you ready to make that commitment? Go for it.
Let's go.
Yeah, okay.
I tell come here, open my refrigerator right now, and she gonna show you nothing but tofu, salads. I do fish. Yeah, I do fish. But sometimes I got to do a fish fast.
Yeah.
You know, because of parasites and things like that.
Absolutely.
You just told me. All right.
I was once blind,
But now
I see.
Plymouth Rock.
Oh,
We let.
oh,
Just told me.
amazing grace.
Somebody brought you some farm fresh eggs, and you was like, you know I whipped them
Bro,
up.
you know how long ago that was?
I don't know. You just said it
I
yesterday.
just said it to your brother yesterday, trying to let him know
We
about
got
this
the mushroom
worker
recipe,
that he
though.
got a farm.
Good. We got it.
I didn't stop eating eggs.
So
No,
can
I
you
didn't
do this
stop eating
before
eggs.
we get off?
Well, you know,
rails?
eggs is.
I know. I'm just, hey, see, it's kind of unorganized. It's kind of
Be
unorganized.
shocked. Lisa taught me that. You be shocked about eggs, but can
Yeah,
you
I
do
didn't
this
stop
for
eating
us?
eggs.
But we don't go off rail. Can you?
Too late.
Yeah,
It's over.
Can you make it like? Of course, it's anything that's worthwhile is a challenge.
Right.
I always say if it was easy, everybody would do it. So we're not talking about easy, but can we prepare people? What can you say based on your research and dealing with folks? Guys, as we getting ready to take this SAT or ACT or whatever test, get a good night's rest, get you something, drink some water, get a good meal before you come in. Like, what can you say to the people to get them ready for this 30 days?
I have a North Star.
Good.
Have a North Star. Be super clear on what you want. Like, dial in on one specific goal. Don't just do it to have the experience or it seems popular or maybe I should try this plant-based thing, but have something in mind that you genuinely want to accomplish. Like, what have you been asking God for? What are you looking for an answer on?
Yeah.
Right? What has been the biggest obstacle for you? Like, maybe your goal is a health one. Like, I need this weight off of me because my confidence and my security and my self-worth every time I look in the mirror is just not right. So have a North Star, have something that you're here to accomplish so that we can measure it, but also so that when you get into the experience and you're surrounded by coaches and subject matter experts who's going to hold your hand through this, you can ask the best questions.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So don't be generic. How do I get everything I need? Or what's wrong with supplements? Like, speak to your unique situation so we can get you the result. Because I can do it, but I need a North Star. Yeah.
And those are the people you found have had the most success.
100%. And then people who move up to the front row. So my life changed a couple years ago when my mom, I, and my sister, we went to New York and we saw MJ on Broadway. And I was like, I'm about to buy some front row tickets, right? So it was all three of our first times being on Broadway. And we got front row tickets and it was different than any show I've ever been to, right?
For sure.
Everybody was phenomenal on stage. Like, we see the sweat on their face, right? We're in this theater in New York. And afterwards, we come outside and we thinking we just about to walk back to the hotel, but we noticed that the other showgoers, they're not leaving. They're standing around. We like, what everybody standing around for? So apparently after the show on Broadway, when the show lets out, all the actors come out the back door and start signing autographs and signing the playbills. So we stuck around like, okay, what's this all about? So when the actors started coming out, so the guy who played MJ came out, the guy who played his dad came out, all the dancers came out. And all they kept saying was, we saw y'all in the front row. It was so good to see our people in the front row. Oh, we saw y'all on the front row. So the best advice I can give anybody is in everything you do, I don't care if it's a physical show, a digital challenge, an online program, or get in the front row. The reason I'm on this podcast right now is because I moved up in the front row.
For sure. Lisa been in the
In the
front
mastermind.
row.
Like,
Mar was in the front row.
Introvert.
Yeah, Mar was in the front row.
Jay used to, he used to see me. He used to see me.
And you listen.
He used to
I
see
didn't
me.
notice.
And I was out there like this. He was like, bro, I seen you in the front row. That's how he came up to me.
People know who you are.
Yeah.
Like, because Coach, you probably used to see me when I'm at your events, I'm in the front row.
For sure.
Like, I don't play.
sure.
It's front row behavior all day. So if you want to go somewhere fast, even when you get in, like, I'm here because I stayed in the front row. So don't just get into challenges or get into coaching programs or go to the shows. Get up to the front row. Make an impression on people. And I'm an introvert, so my camera not always on. I'm not, but everybody knows who I am and what I do, right? And so get up to the front row and you will get the help you need, get identified. Don't think that just being in the room or just listening in is enough, but make sure you're seen. I was in Vegas last year this time, and I went to a Jabberwocky show, and I was in the front row. They put me on stage as the love interest on the Jabberwocky.
Come on.
So you can make some memories.
Yeah.
But no, the front row is where it's at. So front row behavior all day.
Yeah, I was always in the back.
I always say the front row shows your
sit in the front
row shows your level of commitment.
It does.
Yeah, nah.
When you in the back, you ain't trying to be noticed. You ain't trying. When I was in the front row with
I was
them,
usually late.
I didn't want.
You didn't want, like,
I didn't want any distractions. That's why I wanted.
That's
I
it.
didn't want to have nothing blocking my
No
view.
obstructions.
You know, if you really, you know,
Make a difference.
So
go
when
to
you
church.
came to see me, you wanted to see excellence front row. You said,
actually,
I'm
when I
just trying-
came, I never even knew who you were. I was actually coming to see this guy.
okay.
Yeah, I was like, who is this guy? Keep taking the mic and you know what I'm saying?
You coming to CC?
Who he was?
Pilot,
Come
you know
on.
what I mean?
Come on.
Who was
Well,
this guy?
you know, back when I
Yeah,
was,
yeah.
it wasn't no.
It wasn't no podcast.
It wasn't none of that. He was really,
Yeah.
I couldn't tell the difference between him and some of them other cats that was up there speaking too. Y'all had a whole little lineup of speakers, actually. Remember that? The first conference,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
like multiple people.
Yes, multiple people.
Everybody was
Yeah,
trying to
yeah.
be dynamic and
Yeah,
everybody was,
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think you got on stage though. But it was like a lot of other guys that kept,
Why were they there?
Right.
No, I got you. But I was gonna say, just to, for those of us who are on the other side, I did. I saw Lisa a couple times and I said, Carl, who is this?
Yeah.
Because Carl was talking to her. So I was like, Carl, I've been seeing her a couple times. Like, who is she?
Yeah.
And then it got into a point
But let me
where
tell you
it's like, what
something.
is she
That in and of itself is not the thing. What you're looking at is mastery.
Absolutely.
From
Yeah.
both, like, Marl is a master of real
First
estate.
row, yeah.
Lisa has mastered what she did. So you don't get here just by being front row. Because it's a whole lot of y'all.
No, they
No.
said front row mentality.
Yeah, no. I'm saying, because somebody gonna hear that and jump your little.
I told you, they ready to get up.
Butt up to the
They're gonna
front.
be right here.
And you're gonna be, hey, I'm in the front row. Let me be on the podcast. It don't work like
And I
that.
told y'all, we
I'm
sat.
telling you, that's how they
I
do
said
me.
it in the
And
beginning,
then
I was just
listen,
saying.
and you listen.
I'm already
One of
knowing.
the things God has blessed me with is I enjoy awkward moments. Yeah, that's one of my superpowers.
Yeah.
So I look right at you and be like, no. Oh, I don't. Carl see me do it all the time.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, you're gonna think that because you're in the front row now you're entitled to something.
No.
Lisa still years now worked her way to this seat, and as y'all can see while we sitting.
Been at the front
I
row
already
for
know
a
what
long
y'all
time.
gonna do when y'all hear this. Y'all gonna be like, Lisa, we know that because she's a master of what she does, and she knows.
Lisa, ask her
How she got on the
don't do that.
podcast.
Leave her alone.
No. I'm saying when you become a master, I told y'all before, masters end up finding other masters.
CJ, we sat for, I don't know, 30 minutes, whatever it is, from the airport in Mexico to Xcaret. That was Lisa and I sat. It was whatever it was. So we ended up sitting next to each other, and I was like, oh, what's up? Where you from? Whatever, bruh. I'm talking about in that 30 minutes, hour, whatever.
No.
Oh, Lisa was Lisa.
There's no question.
I'm talking about, I literally gave her today, oh, that's the leg lady. Like, we talking about working legs, how it affects the brain. Like, she walked me through everything we've heard, and I'm talking about so much more in about 30, 45 minutes. I was like, oh, no, she the truth.
Yeah, no.
So that's the requirement.
That's what I need you to do is I need you to have a mastery, because even though you're in the front row, you said I'm in the front row, so I got this front row mentality, which is fantastic, but I also have a front row mentality as it relates to being a master of what I do. What did I tell you before you came on this pod? What I
Be
call
myself.
it? I said, girl, do not come on here trying to be like fit in, like do what you do. And again, you done a great job, but I'm just saying, like, in general, your mastery is what got you to this level. You know what I'm saying? Your mastery is what got all of us here. And then when you get here, iron sharpen iron, to your point, nobody want to be around somebody who's a liability. You know what I'm saying? Like, Lisa's an asset every time she come around. She, like, as much as I know about branding and stuff, she'll be like, CJ, I need 30 minutes and I'm in and out. She ain't trying to just, y'all waiting on somebody to do it for you. And that's why I love when Lisa came in the community, she started running and just doing it herself until we was like, hey, hold up. You can't be doing all of that without us, so let's go. And so she with us now, and it's grateful to have.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? We've been accused of being male heavy, so to have
that's all I know.
Lisa.
We needed a pair of pumps on this podcast every now and then.
My wife doing stuff with us now.
Just the opposite though. I always felt like women had their thing together.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
And it's like, bros, for whatever reason, it take about 40 years.
Yeah.
To kind of get, and I was like, okay, we need to help the bros, because it's not an even playing field here. And then
and the women do have it more together than the bros.
Yeah.
Don't get that twisted.
Yeah.
But then the women put more pressure on themselves, in my opinion. In my circle, I can tell you that for sure.
No question.
The bros ain't really tripping like that. Now, they might got issues, but it ain't a lot of them
They
stress.
tripping and they got their focus, but it's only on one thing, and so we got to help them get it on. I'm just being real. Like, I had to tell a young lady the other day, I was like, look, you spoiling them. You mad at me because I ain't spoiling them. Like, you coddling my man, and you mad at me because I ain't coddling him. I'm not mad at you for coddling.
Yeah.
I'm just saying we're not going to get to the promised land doing that.
Yeah.
So you could be the one to do it. I'm cool with that. But I got to stretch him because, that's another podcast. I'll leave it alone. Don't steal Lisa's thunder.
So, Lisa will be on with us more regularly. Y'all will see her. You know what I'm saying? This is her first time, definitely not her last time. We want you to bring that unique POV to the pod, man, and just bring that energy that we need. So let the people know.
Can I get you on a 9 to 5 millionaire podcast?
Absolutely. I'm honored.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I got you.
Mushroom based.
It must be. And I do want to see when y'all do it. I do want to see mushroom.
At my podcast, we're gonna have food for the guests, and we're gonna but it's gonna be all plant based.
Oh, Jamal.
We're gonna get some cauliflower.
I want to see. This Tab be baking food and with the mushroom. I want to see that from you, Maul.
Yes.
I want to see a male doing that.
Cooking while we on the podcast.
Talking about yes.
Maul go both ways.
Mushrooms and
I just said
chicken wings. Chicken
Maul
wings.
go both ways.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna get an A5 Lions, man.
Come on.
Oh, that'll be dope.
Does that exist?
I don't know.
Hey,
It's a mountain.
yeah. Hey, it does now.
I want to see the marble
Got a
on
little-
that steak.
Got a little seasoning.
Joe, your arteries come out
what do
clean.
we got? How can the people reach you, join you when you're doing your next 30-day? Let them know how they can be involved with whatever you got going on.
So the next Plant Protocol 30-day vegan salt, oil, and sugar-free challenge is kicking off January 1st, 2026. We always do a 3-month run-up. So the run-up starts in October. So that's where I start prep classes. So we do a prep class every month, October, November, December, before the challenge kicks off.
Okay.
And that's where we get you mentally and emotionally, but then your physical environment ready to do the challenge.
Okay.
This last one, we had about 1,500 people register. We're going to try and double that for the top of 2026.
Okay.
And so the best place to follow me is Lisa Angel Smith everywhere, YouTube, Instagram, lisaangelsmith.com, my podcast, the Plant Protocol Podcast. And let's get you the mental clarity that you need to eliminate chronic stress. That's what it's all about.
Okay. Lisa Angel Smith.
Full name. Yes.
Lisa
You got
Angel
it.
Smith. Go on and follow, like, subscribe,
Yes.
do all of the good stuff.
All the things.
Also, man, join us on Patreon. Shout out to our Patreon fam holding us down. We got a lot of dope stuff going on there. So you want to be a part of that as well. Make Real Estate Real course. Make sure you holler at that. We'll be in London shortly. You know what I'm saying? We'll see all our brethren in London. It's not too late. Come join us in London, October 4th. Next Level Speakers. All right, you want to learn how to just dominate like Lisa just dominated, bro? Next Level Speakers is a great place to learn how to do that. October 4th in London is going down. Maul, anything you got? Make Real Estate Real course, of course. 9 to 5 millionaire.
Yeah, it's time.
You see the content, bro. Like the hips is back, and when the content is
we
going
got a lot of content coming out. E.
Yeah.
I'm talking about we've been dropping a lot, and part of the content, dog, is gonna blow your mind. It's gonna show y'all. I've been on social media a lot while I've been working on these hips and getting my plant-based life together.
Yeah, come on,
but you know what I'm saying?
Come on,
I've been getting the clarity
Yeah.
that I need.
What's really going on?
Yeah.
I'm going to show you during the time when I was actually had the hip surgeries and plant-based,
Mushroom.
and how I also renovated 8 properties from my couch. Holla at me.
I love it.
Holla at me.
You.
Holla at me.
Is this coming out before Anchor?
Yes, barely.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, because I'll be at Anchored as well.
Yes, for
Representing
sure.
with the
Come on.
ladies.
Couple days.
With Mayan and
Yes.
Candace. We'll be doing a
Come
panel
on.
at
Oh
Anchor.
yeah, come on.
Yeah, so I need the ladies in Atlanta.
Yeah.
But either way, y'all tap in with Lisa on social media, man. And, as you can see, if you need to eliminate stress, all right, we're not reducing. I like that when you said that. Don't worry. People, you need to reduce your, no, eliminate it, doggone it, and get to doing what you're supposed to do, all right?
Yeah.
Appreciate you, Lisa. Thank you for being
Thank you
here.
for having me, guys.
We out of here. We love you. We'll see you next week.
Go.
I want you to focus on here right now. Don't you worry about when you get home. You concentrate on this opportunity. You don't worry about tomorrow. You concentrate on this opportunity with all your might, with all your soul, with all your heart.
Thank you so much for rocking with us as always, right? We don't take it lightly, guys. And we hope that we've provided transformation and not just information. We want you to become the best version of yourself, right? Make sure you check out the show notes to access all the important links and get your product discounts. Now, one favor we're asking of you, do us this favor. Make sure you subscribe and leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. We want to know your feedback on how we can serve you better. And if there's anyone that you think could benefit from listening to this show, please, I'm begging you, please share it with them. And remember, as E always says, if you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful.